Welcome to Sugoi Kakkoii, the podcast so nice, we named it twice. Your hosts are me, Caden, Greg.
Hello.
And Ariana.
Hello.
Riveting.
She's also an Instagram memer or something.
Yeah, Reki Deki on Instagram. I just wanted to clarify that because I didn't know if they might mistaken you guys as the sad weeaboo anime oni page owner. Alright, yep. So
okay. So we tell ourselves we're an anime review podcast in which we review the top 3 anime of a season as rated by MyAnimeList. Those are, for 2018 winter, Death March, Violet Evergarden, and Citrus, as well as 3 additional sleeper pick series, one picked by each of us. Those are Greg, Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens, Ariana, Pop Team Epic, and me, Caden, Junji Ito Collection. The docket for today is first Violet Evergarden, then Citrus, then Death March, then Pop Team Epic, then Ito Junji Collection, then Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens. And there's like a time limit thing or something stupid Greg's doing.
Yep, 10 minutes per
He
anime.
just doesn't want us to spend the entire hour just roasting fucking Death March.
Well, it might
Fair
turn.
enough.
There's a very legitimate chance it's gonna end up like that.
Alright, well, regardless.
Geez.
10 minutes on the clock. Starting now, we are about to talk about Violet Evergarden. First thoughts.
So, it's really nice looking. I like it.
Oh
pretty.
my god, I've been waiting for almost 2 years for this anime. Like, ever since Hibiki Euphonium, like, the second season came out, that was the time where they released, like, Violet Evergarden, and man, dude, freaking, the PV was beautiful, and I didn't think it would be this great, but it's really good, dude.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There are also a lot of cool storytelling things that they do, like, holy crap. Initially, when I saw the PVE, I thought that Violet was going to be a robot or something, but she's human, completely human, and...
Yeah, but how about that symbolism, dude? How about that symbolism with the doll in the first scene?
The robot
it was
hand,
bleeding, and
getting
like
a puppy, Major's dog.
and like the dog plush, dude.
Edward, is that you?
Gosh, that was...
So, yeah, I like the adamantium is just automail.
Dude,
it's
now,
just automail.
like, think about it. Now, like, everyone's gonna get, like, some kind of robot hand fetish thing. It's like, damn, imagine, like, being touched with those metal hands.
Dude, how hot would that be? Dude, you know Benedict definitely has, like, a thing for it. Because he saw that metal hand, and he was like, oh.
You're like, Wait, or like the scenes where like she takes off the gloves with like her mouth and shit, and like.
Oh yeah, there was someone who was like into that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, as far as light novel adaptations go, I think this is at least an interesting concept because it would have been very easy to have this just like be set during the war that happens, and then have it be like a romance story between Violet and the Major, but I kind of like how they did it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and
I
do
think it would be like this.
No, I think it's interesting though because in the scene where the Major, I imagine, either disappears off the face of the earth or dies, they keep showing the same flashback, but it's in like a street, not a war. And I have this feeling that the Major's actually got betrayed maybe by his own men, something like that. They apparently don't like him because he's in love with Violet, so that could definitely be a plot point that I hope they explore in the future. That could be cool to see.
I guess my major fears for this is that it's just going to get boring, or like they're going to run out of like cool world stuff, because that's kind of what like kept me involved in the first episode at least, because I love, like, the kind of fantasy, but still, like, modern-ish settings. Like FMA or like Hunter x Hunter, where it's, like, they have, like, phones and cars, but it's still, like, this is some messed-up, weird country, and they have these different alternate timeline wars.
I don't know. I feel that Violet Evergarden is going to do a lot more than that. I'm pretty sure this is a anime that was based off of a light novel that actually won one of Kyoto Annie's, like, famous contest where they said, "Oh, submit your rendition of a light novel, and we'll make it into an anime." And I think this was one that actually won based off storytelling alone. So I have complete faith in this series, possibly for being anime of the season, although that might be a little bit preemptive. But
because
I definitely think it's going to be a great show.
This first episode synopsis is like, yeah, this is definitely going to be anime of the season, no doubt about it. But if you think about it, like, when was the last time KyoAni made a serious anime? Like, last year, like, Maid Dragon, I don't think you would want to, like, consider it being a serious anime. Like,
but the romance.
I don't know. And
but the romance.
I'm gonna have to say that maybe the last 2 episodes were pretty serious, but, like, it was serious for a reason, because if you're just gonna blow it off like it's, like, some kind of joke, then obviously a lot of people are gonna be mad about it, but I think maybe the last time they made a serious anime was probably Beyond the Boundary.
How long ago was
that?
That was probably back in, like, 2015, I think. But, like, I don't know. This feels like a very, like, fully serious anime. I don't know. Like, I don't think I can consider Clannad being a serious. Like, it was serious, but, like, not a fully serious anime.
Oh, my favorite part of the episode was when Violet looked straight into the camera and said, "This is going to be anime of the season."
I loved it at the end of the episode where the producers showed themselves and said, "Hey, this is going to be anime of the season."
They stepped out. They did like a cast call. They're like, "And that's it. That's the whole anime. That's it. We already know we're winning."
I mean, already they blew my expectations away by actually having concrete animation throughout the entire thing. Like, there's definitely a point where I thought that they would pull, like, a Myriad Fantasy Colors anime where it's just, there's some really great scenes, and then all of a sudden it's just nothing. There's absolutely no amazing, it's very representative of the PV, but so far they've done a very good job.
Notice the movements they make aren't, like, super exaggerated, but because of that, the animation, like, of them is very smooth. Like, it works very well. Like, they are making, like, these huge art. Well, I mean, that aids itself in the whole, like, love story thing going on. It's not like a action or anything. But even, like, the action, the one action flashback scene they had, it still worked pretty well because it was still, like, it was limited to that scene, so they could focus their animation on that.
Violet drop kicking just a guy. It was incredible.
That was the best part.
I just realized something. Yeah. Like, she's been using her mouth to, like, move around, like, stuff. You know how, like, she doesn't use her other hand to move the glove, right? And then it reminds me of that time where they had the flashback back when, like, her arms were cut off. So she was trying to grab the major with her mouth, and I was like, damn, dude.
Wow. It's that callback.
Oh, man. Pulling out the symbolism. That was a good point.
That was, like, the whole, like, symbolism, dude. Like
it was like, oh my god, the dog stuffed animals on the ground, symbolism.
Oh my gosh, no, it is. There's a lot of cool stuff to be getting for this show.
I don't know.
Especially because, I mean, especially when you're taking something from a light novel. As long as you do light novels well, and you don't do freaking things like Death March, but it's the idea that when you're writing, you have to stress symbolism, and this show has definitely implemented a lot of literary techniques that make just books in general great. So I have a lot of interest in this.
I mean, I'm all for symbolism as the next guy, but, like, I kind of don't want it, like, super like, I don't want the characters admitting, because it's like this, right? Like, I don't want Violet to be like, I got the dog because it's like I'm the major's dog. Like, she said that was, like, words that came out of her mouth. Like,
indeed. I don't know.
Yeah, like, understand how fucking lifeless she is, though. I honestly thought that she was, like, a robot at first. You know, symbolism.
She wants to be a part of the auto memory dolls.
Yeah, dolls. The whole doll thing.
Dolls. Actual robot.
Dolls.
So.
Yeah, it's like really confusing me because I feel like I guess every single character in the show is human, but the way it was presented, it was almost as if there were at least like androids in some form.
Yeah, because like the one guy towards the end like walks in and it's like, "You're a doll," and it's like, no, but I thought like that was referencing like she was like fake or something. But then like the dolls are like real people, so.
I don't know, maybe there's something in the synopsis that I missed, but I'm extremely interested to see, like, why things are happening the way they are. Because, well, it's clearly not popular with the people, that's for sure. But, feel like...
I liked it, I liked it.
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say Violet for best girl of the season, but...
Oh, you know there's going to be people who say that, though. Dude, she's so hot. That middle arm, though, right?
Oh, man. Oh, no.
But
that might
I think the only thing
predictions can come true.
The only thing that's peeving me off is, like, two things. One is the amount of times that she's been, like, talking about the major, because if she's just going to bring this up all the time for the remainder of the anime, it's going to, like, bother me so much. It's going to be super annoying.
Yeah, it's hard to...
You can tell.
I mean, if you have characters that are, like, referenced all the time but aren't in the show, you can't use the same flashback every time.
Yeah, like, you can tell that it's going to blow up.
They're obviously going to bring back, like, very close flashbacks of, like, her and the major, because, like, they had an obvious variety of flashbacks there. But...
I hope so.
Not that time.
You can tell it's going to blow up in their
faces
faces when she learns that the major isn't actually alive. Or maybe he is alive and he just, like, has amnesia or something. But it's definitely going to...
Or maybe he has adamantium parts, too, and it's like a symbolism.
Oh my god, maybe he's an entire robot. That's good news.
That's the joke.
Right. Well,
that was a punchline. Right. Yeah, this was a gag.
She has metal hands,
10 minutes
he has metal legs.
It's like you thought Pop Team was going to be the funniest of the season.
We are moving on. We have to talk about Citrus now. 10 minutes are over.
Okay.
Clock is starting
now.
Okay,
there is a lot of shit going down about Citrus, and I'm so ticked about it.
If we're speaking about the romance thing, with, like, going off of Violet, I'm not a big romance fan. But I'm not going to discriminate. I'm not about to discriminate based on sexuality. Like, I watch Yuri on Ice, and that's probably one of the gayest shows ever. But I think the reason I don't like the romance is because there's not like another plot. Like Yuri on Ice, like, yeah, it's really gay, but it's like a sports anime too. Like, there's an overarching plot beyond that, just that romance. And you have like Citrus, which is basically the most like bland idea ever, with the whole like they're opposites, right? Like that.
Well, I feel like they are able to pull it off because the personalities of the characters are just great. Personally, I love Yuzu as a character. Holy crap. It was extraordinarily refreshing. And she's very outgoing, she's very different, but it's not necessarily for the sake of, oh, we gotta have our protagonist be the only unique one. I just like her personality, and everything about her makes me want
personality.
Flat chest.
Justice.
Anyway, but I mean, I don't know. I just like the world building of this. Sure, it seems like it's purely romance, but I knew that when I was signing up to watch this show. Right now, my opinion of this is more daily life romance, and the reviews reflect this is definitely seems like a show that's going to at least world build to an extent, or at least have a concrete plot, or maybe even drama in the future. Like, what is this rated on MyAnimeList? Like an 8? Like, yeah, that is a first for
Citrus?
really any Yuri anime. So,
what,
yeah,
Citrus?
Citrus.
Citrus is 7.5 actually on MAL.
7.5? I mean, that's pretty high, nevertheless.
I mean, okay. I just want to say one thing. Like, Citrus, I'm going to say right now, is going to change the anime industry for Yuri. For, like, it's going to make a good foundation. Because think about, all the Yuri anime that's come out until this time, I'm going to exclude Netsuzo Trap because that was disgusting and no one watched that. Like, if you watch that, you're honestly a disgusting person, but it's fine because I watched it too. But all the Yuri anime that's made up until this point is like garbage, moe shit. Like, I'm being serious. Like, it's all just moe Yuri anime, and then you get Citrus, which is like an actual serious kind of Yuri anime. Because, like, try to name one serious Yuri anime besides Citrus.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they're having there's representation for Yuri and like a mainstream perspective. But I also I'm kind of weary that the novelty is gonna dominate people's opinion on this. Like, wow, it's an actually decent Yuri, so it's really good then, instead of just being
Tumblr's definitely going to go off on this show. Tumblr's definitely going to go off. But I mean,
did you see other people calling it sexual harassment and shit? Have you seen that?
I mean, it kind of was though.
I just want to point out,
it's an anime. I get it, but
there's definitely some struggling. There's definitely some struggling on Yuzu's part.
I just want to say one thing. I kind of read the manga just a little bit. I didn't go too far into it.
No spoilers. We're only talking about episode 1.
I don't own the whole
thing. I'm not gay, but I just want to say that Mei has social issues. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, well, regardless of her social issues, I do believe that is a little bit weird. It's that really weird. Kissed her stepsister, but also that she's cheating on her fiancé. Now, obviously, this anime is probably going to take the route of, it wasn't planned and I have freedom of choice, as most mediums with fiancés usually have that happen. But, I don't know, this anime is not afraid to start off with us knowing their intention. First episode, there's already French. First episode, there's already French kissing. The opening has.
Yeah, the opening.
My god! The opening. It starts in the middle. There's French kissing. In the end, it ends with a kiss. Also, cool Easter egg. I'm pretty sure Yuzu's reading the Citrus manga or light novel while she's in her chair.
It was a manga.
At the last. Well, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, but.
Can we talk about how the animation was not that great for it?
I don't. Okay,
it wasn't that good, especially the CG. The CG was so bad. Oh my god!
I do think
it was
that it's a little bit excessive. Okay.
It's
to be fair.
It's we need backgrounds. Okay. So, we canonically have all the people with the same hair color anyway, so literally just copy-paste everything. And just have a
walk, I do think it's kind of funny that she's the only blonde in the entire school. That's a little bit ridiculous. But
I just want to say, I read the manga.
What?
There's a backstory on why she has blonde hair.
Ooh, don't spoil it now.
I don't want to spoil it. I had to go. Yeah. I had to go there. But there is a reason why she has blonde hair.
Jeez, spoil it.
Okay. Also, important question.
Can we talk about waifu?
Oh yeah, Harumin?
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Harumin
is the most down-to-earth character in the world. Oh my gosh. Just pulling everybody Izu aside, just being everybody is sheltered. Fuck me. I'll be your friend. I was oh my god.
She'll be the only reason I'm going to keep watching this show.
That is my sleeper pick for best girl.
Yeah.
That is my sleeper pick.
I mean, in the manga, she's basically Yuzu's right-hand man, so...
Well, okay, let's
in all honesty.
Manga. Calm down.
Come on, I just want to say, a little bit of more information about the character. It's not really, it's not really spoiling or anything. I just want to say that she's there for her when she needs it the most. That's all I'm going to say.
If we're going to talk about that, can we talk about how, what is Minako? Is that, the umbrella? Hair
yeah,
teacher?
That's Minako.
That's a woman, for clarification, correct?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
The crazy lady that chewed Yuzu out for having the phone.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a woman, correct?
That's definitely a female. In an all-girls school, I think the staff is...
the staff isn't...
Yeah, the teacher was guy. I'm sorry, I didn't have to repeat that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Which is weird, too, right? I guess in Japan they do that, but...
Honestly. I don't know. It's kind of funny, because in some ways I'm relating Yuzu to Anne from Persona 5.
Oh,
it's a little bit interesting to see parallels if I were to actually get into that. Just because, it's the same concept of how she's the only outgoing, person that's... and even though she's comparatively probably the most beautiful person in that school, it's she's ostracized for that very reason.
I guess my best summary for this would be Drake and Josh if they were gay for each other.
Oh, so Drake and Josh.
You mean Drake female. And Josh, right?
No, but
are you saying they're not gay for each other? I have.
And then I think mention for Yuzu's mom should be gay.
Alright, I just would you say Citrus is a good anime? There's people asking about it. Are they good? Is it worth a shot watching? In my opinion, I think it's kind of hard to tell if it's good to watch because it's only been one episode, but
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it yet.
I would recommend it just because while it does flaunt its fan service, I wouldn't necessarily call it tasteless, but they do definitely express it very vividly. It's grounded. You're going to like Yuzu. I really enjoy at least the personalities of everyone. I still don't really know much about Mei, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. But simply just going in there,
God,
the only dialogue.
God, I love Mei, dude.
Really, every interaction is just groping. Every interaction is groping. It's a little bit aggressive, but
it's because she's good.
Well, if you don't spoil it, it's it's because actually the manga goes on to explain this. She actually has a groping disease.
Groping disease, incredible.
Groping disease.
I don't know. What
never would have thought it.
Passion made this? What else did they even do? I literally can't.
Are you talking about the animation studios?
Yeah.
I don't know because.
Passion.
Okay, final thoughts. 10 seconds. Final thoughts. 10 seconds.
Rail Wars. They made Rail Wars.
Oh.
High School DxD.
Oh.
High School DxD.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I think that's a good note to leave that off.
Yeah, I think I'll stop listing it off now. I think we're just gonna put a little.
Yeah, we're gonna act like that never happened. Anyway. Citrus is a cool anime. Anyway, let's get to the main event.
Screw you!
Death March.
No, you don't get to do that.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think you get to. I don't think you get to call the shots on that one.
By the way, you're all wrong.
Oh.
Okay, next.
Okay, well, let's get to Death March.
Oh no!
You mean anime of the season?
No.
Oh yeah, that's
boom, baby anime of the season right here, ladies.
A little backstory on why we had to pick Death March. Originally, we were going to pick Fate Extra, but then Death March went up in the rankings of MyAnimeList after its first episode came out, and we couldn't watch Fate Extra, and I was so pissed because I wanted to watch Best Girl Nero, duke it out, but it didn't happen, and I went into the show hating Death March, and I came out somehow hating it more and more.
That's not
oh my god!
You basically just picked it to be the anime, the anime to shit on for this season.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, if you're gonna do isekais are already to the point where people are already parodying them. That's the only way you can make good ones anymore. You have Re:Zero, which was pretty good, and you have Konosuba, which is pretty good because they're takes on it. But this is literally it's sword art. It's sword art, but bad.
No,
even
worse.
Their
twist on sword art is that somehow the character, what is it even named? Satu? I don't even whatever. Anyway,
on sword art.
He is literally more OP than Kirito to start it off.
That's what frustrated me so hard. I watched this at 3 a.m. I was looking at the list of anime that we were supposed to watch last night, and I was like, oh god, we had to watch Death March.
I had to do my own Death March to get through it.
God, dude, it felt like a freaking chore watching it. I was disgusted.
There is wish fulfillment.
Yeah, it's cool to have power fantasies to an extent, but when it's literally this is a guy with a dead-end job, and he's 30-ish years old, and now he's a teenager with a harem?
Yeah, what? The funny part is he said himself, he was I never wanted this, I didn't really, wish for this, because, he said in his own words, that my life was fine, and then he got into this.
No, he said every day is a Death March. He said every day is a Death March.
No, come on. It's a reference to,
word for word.
the process that they were going through because they're all working hard and they called it a death march. But he said he was like,
they loved it secretly.
I don't know. And also, I wouldn't even say that he doesn't want this. He literally, remember that like kid that he's like trying to help that lost his mom? He
said he wasn't a lolicon.
His mom is pretty hot.
And then he's like, the mom is
pretty
hot.
Mom is pretty hot. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. This guy is such a freaking white knight.
He had to say it. He had, hey guys. Not a lolicon.
White knight.
The designs are like, the face shapes of like his adult form are weird. Like, I don't know if you looked at it, but it's like, it doesn't look, like, it wasn't just like stills. Like, the actual like movement of it is weird. Like, it doesn't look right, but then he gets to his like 15-year-old self, and it's like, alright, then it's just Kirito then. I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Oh my god.
It's like, no. It's like, no, it's like the stereotypical white novel trash. That just is awful. And you know what? The studio that made this Silver Link, it has like serious connections to Jack.
They made serious connections with actual like decent anime, like Kokoro Connect. Okay, I'm gonna say right now is actually pretty good. And then Nanan Biori, and then Masamune Kun no Revenge, which is actually pretty decent, and then Watamote. So I'm gonna say,
man, how did this happen then?
I'm gonna say right now that
like.
Yeah, like, it was such a... like, if it was A1, it's like, okay. Alright.
Okay, first of all, I wouldn't want to see A1 waste their talent on this shit. I wouldn't want to see them waste their...
reviews, and people say that when they read the manga, it gets better in the middle. I don't know how much I'm going to take that as interesting.
Yeah. So,
like,
That's code for this season's gonna suck, but just wait for season 2, dude.
Like, okay, I don't know what this guy's supposed to do though, because he's literally the strongest character in this game. Like, his abilities are maxed out. Like, he literally can just fill up his skill tree. It's like One Punch Man without the quirky cast. Like, what is this?
But like, One Punch Man isn't
trying to... It's One Punch Man, but without, like...
But without anything. Like,
don't even compare it to One Punch Man. It's not One Punch Man.
Like, what could have been better, and what I think would have made this a little bit more tolerable. It would be cooler. It would be cooler if Satsu, I guess that's his name, had to go through like a few episodes to understand how exponential of an increase like his abilities went through, because he went from like 1 to 310. In terms of level.
Yeah, like, I mean, it would make it slightly better.
If the conflict was him trying to get used to being powerful, that might actually help it, but they didn't try that.
that would be cool, like a guy who has to get used to his powers, and then the comedy comes from. He can't control
that
it,
could be a cool, that could actually, if they took it that route, that would be cool, but instead, what did they do? They, like, have him running laps around like a freaking meteor blast.
Well, I mean, I don't like
when
you say
a rock at a dragon, and then that's the episode.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's the Wyvern's dead. Holy shit! He's got a fist of a god. But like,
you guys realize.
Okay, wait. So would you say like he would gain the power already, or would he progressively use it?
No, he gained the power.
He would progressively gain the power.
You
gained the power all at once, and then he'd freak out.
But then he would just be an Aqua. If you think about it, he's just going to be a retarded guy, but with a bunch of power, and he's going to start to learn it.
I don't know about you, but I would definitely watch an anime with just Aqua. I would watch an anime with just Aqua.
Yeah, I know what you would.
I don't know. I've also heard though that
you can't do serious isekais anymore. You can't do serious isekais anymore. They don't work. It's too well done.
Still waiting for Log Horizon Season 3. Still waiting for Log Horizon Season 3.
Yeah, really. No, I do.
Still waiting for it.
I have to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
The CG was bad, but it was better than Citrus is.
Did Citrus ever use CG?
Yeah, in the big scenes where she's like walking in the crowds, those are all CG models.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't say that CG scene was as important as a fighting scene, because, like, if you're just, like, using it as for some kind of mundane task, it's fine. But if you use it for some kind of action scene or something, then that's considering, like, a lot of, criticism, more than just a mundane task. So I'd say it's fine.
I expected worse from that fight scene, though. I mean, the scene where, like, all the lizard men are charging, it's like, okay, that's pretty awful. But, like, his one-on-one fight wasn't, like, that bad. Like, honestly, it could have been way worse. Especially from this show.
Yeah. Especially this show. We'll just give them small victories while we can. I don't know. I thought that it was weird, though. Like, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but, like, with the magic spells, I'm pretty sure they just reversed speech and then said it correctly.
Oh, I hated that. I hated that.
I thought definitely reversed speech. Like at first, when I heard it, I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting. They got like a whole lore and story and everything. It's not like just some kind of randomized like video game." But then I realized it was just backwards speech, and I was like, "Okay, don't push yourself too far there. Don't make it hard on yourself there."
Resist fall. Like they literally just put resist fall, flipped it backward, and then said resist fall correctly after they flipped it backward. Like, oh my god. Original. Also, what the heck? There's a skill for language. Like, he just, like, presses a few buttons and all of a sudden he knows the entire language. That would be cool. It would also be cool. They missed an opportunity. It would also be cool if he had to deal with getting to know people, or maybe if he even, like, turned into the villain. Are there any repercussions for literally having, like, 4 meteor strikes raining down on an area?
But look, that means, like, wait, the more time you have to invest into that? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. He mentions it super fast, like, oh man, I'm gonna end up like a villain with these powers, and then he doesn't like talk about it anymore. Like, it's like, I think that's kind of a big deal.
He's like, I could destroy this entire game if I wanted to, but I'm not.
Anyway,
let me just save a girl from a freaking wyvern. Add him to the harem.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Like, they skipped all these good opportunities to save up for all these new episodes going to be focused solely on the anime girls. Because you see that opening, it's got a big lineup of anime girls. So I think it's going to be like a 1 episode with 1 girl each or something like that. It's going to be something like that.
Well, before we go over time, let's just have last
ladies.
What do you recommend that people watch Death March?
You should, because it's hilarious. It's hilariously bad.
Like, at some point, like, I want to
Kimono Friends was hilariously bad,
but in this case, it's so bad that I can't even try and find things to laugh at. It was too cringy for me to even try.
If you like to waste time, watch it.
Yeah, if you have 30 minutes to throw away.
If you like to waste time, then just watch it. Or if like you're a big SAO fan, then watch it.
Even if you're an SAO fan, you're gonna be mad at it because
we're moving on. We're moving on. Death March.
Okay, we're moving on.
We're moving on to Pop Team Epic. Oh my god.
Anime of the year, like
the year, January of the year. Nothing else was
January anime of the year.
Pop Team Epic.
Team Epic.
I was impressed. I won't say it's like the best thing ever, but I was definitely impressed because it started off like as a 4 coma like gag strip, but they made a whole like 15-minute episode on it. Like that's like actually like good directing to have it flow like that.
Like I've read almost all of the 4 coma that's been released because I've been following this for about like a year or 2. I think it was first released around 2015 for English like translations. And when they first announced it that it was gonna be the anime, it was announced on April 1st. So I thought it was like a April Fool's joke. But then like they actually kept on saying it's gonna be an anime. So then I was like, I can't really see this being an anime. It's not really anime material per se, but then I saw that the animation studios for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was going to animate it, and I was like, oh, okay.
When I watched Pop Team Epic, my first thought was that I was watching the wrong anime, because I saw, like, the idol opening, like, the fake idol opening.
Fake out intro.
And then when when the show actually started, my second thought was that I was still watching the wrong anime, because, oh my god, like, it I don't know how to best describe it, but it was just a bunch, like, it seemed like a bunch of omakes, like, just in one show, like, just an entire it was just, like, showing things from a comic strip, and it just kept cutting, and I thought that if this is how they were gonna do it, like, slapstick, like, 4-panel, like, iterations in a anime form, I thought that would be a cool show, and then, what do? They pull it out so that suddenly they're back to the fake idol end card, and then they restart the episode with female voice actors instead of male voice actors.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is happening? I tried. I did the whole Endless 8 thing, where I tried to look at the differences between the two. It was only voice acting.
Yeah, there are differences.
But,
No. Oh, well, the first episode, but I kind of watched the second episode. I'm not going to talk about it, but...
Oh my god, don't watch
it.
Yeah.
Don't
Cheater.
spoil.
Don't spoil. But like,
No, but
can I say something about the opening?
Yeah.
Oh, the male voices.
They're so hilarious.
They're so on point.
Yeah, I think aren't they like voices from JoJo? I think I could be wrong, but
I think the male
since they're animated from the same
yeah.
studios, I'd assume that they'd. But oh my god, dude! I was like, they can't execute this as a good anime. Like, it's not gonna be a good anime. They're gonna ruin it, but.
But the fidget spinner. Oh man, that was it was. I think its biggest like possible flaw is that it's a little too much like lol so random humor.
No,
which
no.
I don't have.
Okay.
Because like that's like gag. That's Japanese gag. But like some people don't like that.
No, I'm
like,
about
I
to
love
pull
like
up.
both.
Okay, so I thought
it's funny to me, but
I thought it was.
He's gonna pull out the theories.
I'm about to pull out the theories. Okay, are you ready? So I noticed that.
Wait, you gotta have like a little intro. You gotta say
yeah.
like.
Okay, Matt.
Hello, internet. Welcome to. Oh, you gotta say it.
Okay, so.
No, he's Mother's Basement.
Papaco. The first time Papaco actually.
Papaco is Sam.
The first thing that Papaco actually says that's concrete is that she's an average 7th grader you'd find anywhere. Following this, the only time Pippin speaks, which is like the tall one, the only time she actually says something truly concrete, that's like during like the space battle scene when the Earth is under attack. So or when she's God, for example. So what I thought was interesting is that Papaco seems to be the one that represents the people that are like how normal people would react in like the anime situations that are like absolutely ridiculous because she's supposed to be the average 7th grader you'd find anywhere. And she's the one that sort of kickstarts the satire of Pippin, which is basically the one that does the most ridiculous anime cliche crap. And it's essentially a dynamic almost, I argue in terms of symbolism, between how ridiculous the animation studios are going in terms of their plot points, and then the reception that a normal person that isn't an anime viewer would actually think about these things. Because, oh my god, like, there was some wacky stuff. I loved all the references. I'm pretty sure Just Monica was, like, the reference for the Static, right? Or was that just, like, Static?
Oh my, yeah. Well, I mean...
Dude, there was a fidget spinner. Everything's on the table, dude.
Like,
everything is a reference.
That your name reference is so on point. Like, this show is just good with the references. It's good with just pop culture in general. And I think that if I were to look into it fully, that there could be possible symbolism, but I don't know. I do think that I Am God, I Am Kami, that was an amazing addition. 100% worth it.
Kami-sama? Watashi Kami-sama desu?
Okay, also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but... So, you know how in the beginning, in the fake idol beginning, the guy is basically told that he has a brother like Sosugu, and he's like, who the heck is Sosugu? In the fake end card, Sosugu is the idol, so I feel like Sosugu, the idol, is a trap. And that's a bit disappointing.
Oh my gosh.
Wishful
you
thinking.
Had this,
and I'm pretty sure that, sorry for screwing up everybody, but I'm pretty
Greg is like,
sure
I just wanted to point this out because...
I'm pretty sure she's a trap.
Yeah, he's like, just in case you guys are wondering, I'm not.
Like, I'm pretty sure she's a trap. So, I just want to
say that, like, yeah, you're right about the character relationship between Papaku and Pippin or whatever. I'm just gonna say right now, like, it's the classic straight man comedy. Like, you got that short little, like, retarded or all out character, and then you got that tall character that just there to stop him, and it's like, you know what? Go ahead, do it. So
do it.
Name a more iconic duo. Honestly,
name a more iconic duo
in the anime.
In anime.
I want to say this. This is my final conclusion. I think this has ridiculous dub potential. And I know there's going to be people who would crucify me for saying that, but I think this is like one of those that was kind of like meant for like the raunchy like English like voiceover, like Panty and Stocking, where it's like it feels like that was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see, I guess.
Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but Violet Evergarden came out on simulcast. Did any of you guys watch the dub for that? I did not. Did either of you?
Simulcast.
Okay, never mind.
Watch dub.
I don't know. I thought that it was an interesting add-on.
We out here on third-party anime streamer websites, you know.
Anyway, but yeah, I think overall this was a ride. I am definitely going to try and analyze every single joke of the show now on. Because at first I thought it was just slapstick, but I feel like there's something more. I'm going to try my best to somehow get something out of nothing.
It's literally a 4-coma strip.
Like, I am determined, but I digress.
All right.
So last thoughts before we move on? Last thoughts?
Last thoughts. I think this is good Toonami material, like Adult Swim.
Toonami material.
Yeah.
Toonami material. So,
I think it is. I think this would fit right on that block. I'd watch it, yeah.
All right.
On what, Toonami?
No, just, like, would you recommend the show?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Watch it.
Neat. All right, moving on then.
Unless you don't like to have fun. Okay.
All right, moving on.
Okay, so this is my pick. So I'm very critical of it. Beyond what most people would just, they'd probably be like, that wasn't scary. But I did like a full in-depth like analysis of this thing. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So Ito's like his. Okay, let me say this. When you're reading a manga, there's like a thing called like a controlled jump scare. So he can make panels flow in such a way that it can still startle someone, even if they're not turning the page. But if they turn the page too, that could also do. Like, if you can create a sense of dread onto the next page, you're doing a good job. That being said, if you're trying to convey that into animation, it's hard. It's hard to do. So, like, the small segments of this, which you could tell that were, like, inspired by the manga, they were great. They were, like, really, like, actually, like, atmospherically creepy. And then they had the in-betweens that were some of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. But I think it tried to redeem itself at the end.
Yes. Oh my god.
With the doll story, but even that was even that was just shock humor. Like that's shock horror. Like Ito can do so much more like scary stuff than that. Like if you read like Gyo or Uzumaki, like he can like create like a scary setting for this stuff. But if you're doing an anthology series, you really don't have time to do that. So it's literally just this like very like one-shotty things. And he has a lot of good ones, but for an anthology that's a whole season long, of course you're gonna have some duds. That's all. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah,
I definitely agree to an extent. I did think when I first watched this that I was expecting like horror. Like when Hayden first talked to me about the show, I was expecting to be like scared out of my. I was just supposed to be scared shitless, but
like
then
jump scares and stuff.
And like well, not just jump scares, but just like have something creepy. And the opening was definitely psychedelic. Oh my god! And then you like the initial.
Yeah, the opening was cool.
The like, I thought it set the tone, but I don't think anything after that matched up. Especially because I wasn't actually sure how the curses worked, and forgive me for trying to analyze this, but I wasn't sure, like, because, okay, the first time he does a curse, it actually inflicts physical pain. So I was like, okay, I guess voodoo dolls are actually a thing that happen. Then he literally makes someone hibernate, like, literally, like, bury themselves neck deep into the ground. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit incredible in terms of controlling. But then, the spider that he puts on, the spider that puts on Soichi, I thought that was weird because it wasn't actually spiders or spiders, it was just toilet paper. So that's when I started thinking that maybe this is just like hallucination, or he's just changing someone's perspective. and based on, and he's trying to make them think that they're imagining pain or make them feel compelled to walk and bury themselves in the ground or make them basically bury themselves in toilet paper and knock themselves out. And I think especially when, I don't know what he was trying to imitate, like Slender Man, like that was, the last one was a little bit weird, but like he was literally dressed up. And I thought that was kind of weird that he actually had to be involved in that one. I just thought in some ways the curses, they might have shot themselves in the foot by trying to, I don't know, like ground them by the end, because I thought that it would be much more impactful if voodoo magic was just that magic, but then I sort of got the sense that it was trying to be explained as he's just changing what the other people are envisioning. But that was just what I thought.
Yeah, I think the reason he had it like bouncing back and forth, or like the reason it bounces back and forth, so to speak, between like the comedy or like the weird, awkward comedy and like the actual like scary stuff, I think it's supposed to be like a teaser for the real stuff. Like that's why it was the very first thing they did was like, this is one of his tamer works. So at least that's like my wishful thinking, at least.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because like I haven't read like much of Ito Junji, but I've understand like his art and like his style, so I'm just like, okay, it's more like a grotesque, like kind of creepy style. It's not really like in your face kind of like jump scares or anything. But like I was like, when I was watching the first scene or like the first story, I'm like, okay, well I don't understand, like I was like waiting for it. I was like, well, when is like the grotesque like weird like stuff come out? But then it was the last like story, like the second story, like right after, and I was like, okay, now we're actually picking up where it should be. But like I liked how they put the you know, the milder stuff in the beginning to like catch you off guard, because that last story was like extremely short compared to the first story.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm glad that they did it like that, because yeah,
I almost thought the last story was supposed to be an end card, and but I guess not. Like I haven't watched the second episode, so I wouldn't know, but.
No, the actual like story he drew is only a couple pages long.
Oh,
like that's what it was. Yeah,
like,
actually.
That seems like really cool.
No, he
I
has
wanted to know more of that story.
He has a lot of works like that one, where it's like,
have you guys seen
weird thing that happens that's really gross, and there's no explanation for it.
You guys haven't seen like the second episode, right? Or
no, I haven't seen the second episode.
We're not allowed to talk about. Okay.
No.
Because I watched the second episode, and it's not formatted the same way as the first episode.
Not allowed. We will not talk about that
But we're not allowed to say it?
We're not allowed to say it.
I'm just going to say it. I actually like the second episode a lot.
Okay.
Especially
that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better that it's going to get better.
It has really good potential to it. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Because I was hyped for this, because it's like a pretty good studio, and it's a great manga, like
manga.
Mangaku. I mean, like he's like so famous in Japan too. Like he drew like official stuff for like Pokemon. He's that famous, and it's like it was so like hype for me at least. It's like, oh, finally we get to see this, and it's like you start off with like the most mild of his works ever, and it's like, okay, well,
and to give Ito Junji credit. At least for their first episode, I did think that they were very good at using colors to their advantage. Like, the initial, like, obviously the color palette was extremely dark. There were barely any real, like, neon colors. And what I also thought was cool is that the colors always had a play in exactly what the curse would be. And I thought it was cool that, like, in the last, curse that I mentioned, like, with, like, how he turned into, like, Slenderman or something, like, he was in a green phone booth where everything around him had a green overlay, and then as soon as, Ishizaka, is that his name? As soon as he came into play and then he started getting hunted, the world adopted a green overlay. So, like, there were some really cool things that were done with color here. As a first episode to hook you in, I do believe that the second volume saved it, because if I was just watching this blind and I had no foreign background or, like, any assurances from Caden that this was a great horror in terms of just reading the source material, or Ariana from saying that the second episode gets better, like, that volume, the second volume would probably be the thing that actually would keep me going, because overall it wasn't...
That was smart of them. It was smart of them.
It was smart of them to save it that way, because typically you need a good hooking opening episode, and I think that most of the anime before this did a good job besides Death March. Well, Death March doesn't need it, it's an isekai.
What are you talking about, dude? The colors in Death March? Are you joking me, dude?
Oh my god,
Come on.
It's like he wasn't discount Kirito in terms of dress.
I can't wait to talk about Ramens, a show that actually does use colors.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, like an actual good, like, it gives off scenery and nice vibe to it. But I'm talking about the vibe for Ito Junji's like work. That was really nice. Like, the vibe it's trying to give off.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's an anime of giving off atmosphere and stuff. Because if you can't implement a decent atmosphere, then the horror's just not going to work out. Because you can't just, like, throw out a scary scene and be like, here it is, you know? There it is. There you go.
Alright, well, I think we're in agreement then. We should watch the show into its second episode. Lap, moving on.
We're not talking about Death March, right?
No, we're moving on.
We're not talking about Death March, right?
That was unspoken. No, I think for this, if you're really, like, that thrown off about, like, what we said about, like, the first one, just skip to the very end and watch that little segment, and it's gonna be more like that, I'd say.
I still think
if
the first volume
you're that kind of person who, like, you're kind of tired of, like, kind of that stuff, you're tired easily of watching stuff like that, then I'd assume you have to skip to the end to watch something.
Yeah. Alright, so moving on to my sleeper pick, Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens. So, when I first saw this...
Wait, this is the one with the trap!
No, let me finish. So, when I first saw
Greg back at it again with the trap!
when I first saw this...
She's a girl, she's a guy!
When I first saw this anime, I thought that it would be like the second coming of Bakano or Durarara, because it was all about... It starts with such a broad cast of characters that, like, it's almost hard to keep track of, and that's exactly how Bakano and Durarara started, and that's why both of those openings literally gave the names of the characters, because there were so many. With this, I think it's trying to give a similar sort of vibe. I do love the setting. I wouldn't necessarily say that's everything I hope for, but the company of killers, that is a cool concept. Just having 3% of hitmen in this one city,
kind of a bad name though.
Yeah, like
dude, what's your assassin business called? Oh, Killers Inc. What? What?
Well, imagine explaining that to, like, your friends and family.
The front is like Red Rum.
Like, so what business are you in? Killers Inc.
It's like, Red Rum. I'm part of Red Rum. Oh, you mean Killers Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like everyone knows that this is Killers Inc. But, like, I don't know.
It's Murder Inc. It's Murder Inc.
Translation problems, my bad.
Oh, my God.
Murder means kill. Translator note.
I'm still trying to figure out why they called it Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens. Like, I'm pretty sure it's because they exchanged information at the ramen stand, I think, but I'm not entirely sure.
Because ramen tastes good.
I'm not entirely sure either. This is from a manga adaptation, I assume, right?
Yeah.
It's a light novel,
Yeah.
Oh.
So...
Yep. I think the concept is really cool. The whole, like, a bunch of assassin, like, clans, and a lot of characters, and, like, detectives and stuff, like, just duking it out. Yeah. I think it's interesting.
The way they formatted the episode was kind of confusing to me, like, just a little bit, because there was a lot of stories that you had to to catch up with and stuff like that, and then they start, like, mentioning other people's names, and you have to get associated with that, but I think it's going to be fine if you just clarify it for the rest of the episodes. Yeah, and I think that's always the downfall with shows like these, where everyone is, like, everyone's MyAnimeList page open. Like, everyone's the main character in this show, so they introduce everyone at once, and that was sort of the problem with, like, Bakano and Durarara, is that, like, people couldn't keep track of it for the first episode. But it definitely gets better as long as you remember, and I have high hopes. They are
Yeah, you would have high hopes for this.
Yeah, if you compare it to Baccano, you would definitely have high hopes. But this anime kind of reminds me of Bungo no Stray Dogs. If you guys heard of that.
Yeah, like atmosphere-wise, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then it's like about like detectives and like murder and stuff. So it's kind of close to that. So if you're into recommendations, that's the kind of anime you'd be looking for.
I think like there isn't like too much like straight animation like at the very beginning where like Lynn's killing the guy like the couple like they don't actually like show like the stabbings, but it's like direction instead. Like they're using like really good directing techniques to like bring like focus to something you could like the violence, the fear was still there when you saw the knife, and they didn't need to show like the actual stabbing like happening, and that way they don't have to focus on like wasting animation budget to do like a 3-second stab scene.
Yeah. Now
it's fine because I think it's not. I don't think it should be necessary to show that kind of thing on a first episode because there's so much that you have to bring about on a first episode. You can't really spend time on like scenes like that.
You know there'd be some studios that are like, dude, we need to get them hooked. Just have like super gory like straight up killing in the first like couple scenes.
Well, I mean, you mentioned it in the beginning, like, and I'm just going to elaborate on it. The reason why this is probably good is because of the characters, and you mentioned it. Hitman's a trap. Did not think that was a thing. But
that's the only thing hooking us right now. That's the only thing that's keeping me on watch.
I would recommend you watch it because there's a trap.
When I recommended this, I had no idea that it was a trap. I had no idea. I swear. I swear. But,
okay.
Wink.
Okay.
Yeah, we get it.
Greg's like, anyone know any good animes coming out lately with she-males?
I mean,
not like I'm into that.
Pop Team Epic had a trap, so I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, that's just your theory, Greg, but this is real. This is actual canon, Greg.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I really hope they explain why he cross-dresses. Like,
he just said he liked it.
He said it's a hobby. He said, come on, Greg, let him do what he wants to do. You're saying a guy can't dress up like a girl. Oh my God, Greg.
Yeah,
I thought you were progressive. After Citrus, I thought you were progressive.
Let's have a discussion on are traps gay?
Yes.
For you.
Yes,
they are. Let's ask traps. Let's ask chat.
Straw poll.
Obviously, traps aren't gay. They obviously say that.
They are. They are.
Yikes.
I mean, if you're a fan, Greg, bet you really liked Astolfo. Bet.
No.
Big fan of Astolfo.
No, I didn't actually get to watch Beta Apocrypha. I wanted to watch Beta Apocrypha, but I never had the chance.
I just imagine you like on the wiki like reading up about it, and then you get to the pages like mail, and you're like,
no, I know way too much.
Hey guys, I have my sleeper pick.
Oh God, I don't know.
Hey guys, this is an anime worth watching.
Okay, so chat seems very divided. So yeah.
That's gay,
okay.
Would you recommend this anime?
You know
Greg would.
I would, just because it had a very good opening episode. I'm very interested to see how it will go. I'm not entirely sure if it will go as well as I'm hyping it up to be, but I at least know that it will be an interesting ride. So
yeah, I think I'm with you there. I'm looking forward to more episodes on this one because I think it has potential to be really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't want to see it to be blown off because, like, there's so much you can do with the story itself. Like, not even just with the characters, just the story.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much you can build upon on that. Like, a lot of plot twists and a lot of, like, throw-offs and stuff, but... is there any, like, other anime you guys want to...
Baseball! They did a lot of baseball.
Oh! Here. The baseball, I bet, is going to be some kind of big thing showing up or something.
Talking about symbols. What's your symbol for that, Greg? The baseball.
The baseball? Oh God, I don't have anything.
The baseball.
Yeah.
Like, he had the baseball, then Bonba with batting, and then like there was like more baseball. So there's a lot of baseball stuff.
Yeah,
like,
honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Would Bonba have like some kind of like? Oh, what if? Wait, there's more than one. There's more than one character. There's more than one character who likes baseball, right?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
What if they all met on like a baseball game?
Yeah, they could.
Like they all signed up.
Like the team Saito like looked at. He's like, oh, this is
like the multiple. Yeah, all the multiple teams. They showed up. And then this anime turns around and it's gonna be, hey guys, it's not a murder anime anymore. It's gonna be a baseball anime. Psych on y'all. It's gonna be the new Ace of Diamonds.
That would be so funny. Just a 180. Everyone's like, oh man, this is gonna be so cool. Like murder mysteries is just baseball. It's like, yeah. Why do you think we had so many like baseball?
Everyone's like, where's the sports anime this season? Well, here you go. Here you have it, folks. This is the sports anime of the season, right here. Baseball. Haven't seen a baseball anime in a long time.
Man.
I'd like to see that happening. That's my theory.
One of chat's consensus is that according to math someone on Pornhub did, traps are only 2.19% homo. So...
Yeah, how would you do math on that?
Yeah,
how would you do the math on that?
You can't deny that.
You can't really claim that to be viable in any sort of way. And it's a person from Pornhub. So, like, that's...
So
you're gonna have to recheck your sources there.
If I've learned anything
like
from
the Drake
Reddit,
and Josh thing. It's like, oh, so you mean Drake and Josh? Oh,
it's not like any biological like scientist would show up on Pornhub. He's like, hey guys, by the way, I just want to share my information to the world.
I'm a biologist, AMA. Are traps gay? Well, actually, if you're doing the math.
Yike.
It's not. It's a guy. It's a guy, though. But it's a
publishing
guy.
He's like publishing his like findings on Pornhub on like different videos and comments and stuff.
At best, it's a bi thing, and I don't mean like being gay is a bad thing, but I mean for that it would have to be like you're attracted to both gender.
Yeah, you would say like you're not entirely gay. You at least have some attraction to the opposite gender.
Yeah, you're at least bi.
Yeah, so you're not like fully gay, but there is some in you, so...
Does that make you feel better, Greg?
Yeah, it makes me feel a lot better. Incredible.
Helps you to embrace your inner trap lover.
Oh, of course.
XX69.
Oh, God. I don't know.
You know, there's someone who likes trap music, and is getting crap for that.
Alright, well, if you guys have any... other things to say.
If you guys have any anime you want to talk about, because I've watched a little bit more than just. I'm not going to talk about second episodes though.
Can I get my list from top to bottom for this week?
All right, sure. Give your list for this week.
Okay, yeah, like your number, your rankings.
Okay. So this is for me best this week to worst this week. This is me, Caden, me, Violet Evergarden. Pop Team Epic, Ramens, Junji Ito, Citrus, and then Death March.
Alright.
That is my
I'll be honest, I
list.
disagree with you there, Caden, but...
I was agreeing with you with the first, I'd say 2, and then when you said... I didn't hear Citrus is number 3, you know?
Citrus is not number 3, it's not good! It isn't good. It's Drake and Josh game.
Greg's
the
top
animation
6
is good.
picks.
They only had the only.
Okay, here we go. Greg's lesser important.
Is this top to bottom? Is this top to bottom?
Yeah, top to bottom.
Okay.
I have Violet Evergarden, Pop Team Epic, Ramens, Citrus, Ito Junji, Death March.
No, Citrus is not. Ito Junji wasn't that good, but it was better than Citrus.
But Citrus...
It was better than Citrus.
I like Citrus's characters.
I don't know.
I like Citrus's characters. And even then...
You like it because of the waifus. You like it because of the waifus.
Citrus might even be better than Ramens. Citrus would even be better than Ramens. I just like Ramens off bias.
No.
Oh, wait, okay. I would agree to some extent because of the structure. Like, I wouldn't say the structure, but I would say more of, like, how much it would grab you. Because, like, Ito Junji had potential to possibly cut off that first volume. Just cut it off. Just cut it off so you would have more time to spend on the second volume. So people would be more engaged.
But the actual source work wasn't enough. They'd have to. Like I said, my logic behind why they did that was kind of to bridge the gap. But the idea is Citrus doesn't have a plot yet. I know it's there's always going to be a romance, and it's obvious they're two opposites, so there's the conflict. But that's everything. That's everything. That's every romance ever.
All right. Here's my list.
Okay.
All right. Ariana's top anime of the week. My list. I'd say Violet Evergarden and Pop Team Epic, then Citrus, Ito Junji, Ramen, Death March. I just put Ramen on the lower batch because of the fact that it was kind of confusing to me.
It was a trap. It was a trap. You can say it was a trap.
Yeah, I don't have to say that the trap was a little... If it was a full girl, then maybe it would be in the top, but it missed its opportunity, and it had to be like this. Sorry, Greg.
Oh my god.
It had to be like this.
I'm a little bit
but
I don't know. I guess I'll give Citrus a shot. I'll keep an open mind for Citrus. I'll keep an open mind.
Hey, we're keeping an open mind for Death March.
Yeah,
we're actually going to keep this going. Because, in all honesty, there is definitely better anime this season than Death March. Good example would be that Trigger anime that got released today, Darling of the Franxx, and I just wanted to point that out. I know it's not on the list or anything, but I just want to say it is definitely worth something to look at if you're a big fan of Trigger or A1 Pictures or mecha anime in general, because it is beautiful and, God, they executed it so well. It's really great.
Yeah, honestly, even if we were to limit ourselves to Isekai and we were to replace it like that, I do think that Overlord, the second season, would have been better. Somehow Overlord would have been better. Because
Overlord has a twist. Even Overlord has a twist because you can't do plain isekais anymore. You can't
because Overlord's twist is that the protagonist is the villain.
He's a skeleton monster.
He is the villain.
He's a skeleton monster. Yeah, but it's supposed to be he's evil, but he has a heart. How far in the
No, I
now?
watched episode 1. Everybody thinks he's the villain. It's not, even if he doesn't necessarily think he's the villain, all the NPCs already think that he is the villain.
Okay.
So, it's a really cool idea that they're going with, because I think that, the general consensus is that everybody is going to be up against him at some point, and I think that Overlord could be a great thing. I'm kind of regretful that we weren't able to watch Overlord or the 7 Deadly Sins, because we can't do second seasons.
Oh, yeah, because the A1 adaptation of a now mediocre shonen manga.
Oh, my God.
That was what I was looking for.
Oh, my God.
I was dying for that one, dude.
What did the 7 Deadly Sins do to you?
It got bad. When I was reading it, they finished the first arc, and it got bad. So then I watched the anime, and I thought it was A1. I'm like, oh, boy. And I watched it, and it was bad.
Oh, boy. Right. Oh, God.
All right. Well, I guess that's that.
I think it's an interesting lineup we have here. It's an interesting...
we got our fair share of good anime and potentially good anime, and then you have...
Oh, really bad one.
No, just Death March. We have Death March.
Don't do that.
Alright. Well, in that case, everything wrapped up.
And we sign off.
Oh, we sign off. Thanks
for watching.
This has been Sugoi Kakkoii.
Yeah, see you guys on the next podcast, episode, stream, whatever, next week, if we ever do this next week, yeah.